Hello everyone, this is Captain MKG here. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of our Subsistence Let's Play Survival series. In addition to that, this is also the continuation of the video that I forgot to record the audio for, or in this case, I recorded it, but I forgot to save it. So I'm going to go ahead and just start the video, and hopefully, there we go. Alright, so once again, if you were not here last time, what happened was we had a special visitor from the neighboring hunter, and he decided to swim across the lake for some strange reason. So either way, we were able to get the drop on him. Not the most efficient use of resources, unfortunately, as I used 4 shotgun shells on him when I believe a carefully timed or very carefully, placed arrow or a couple of 9mm shells would have easily taken him out anyway. So, but regardless, he's dead, and that's our first hunter attack. So now what's going to be happening is, since the hunter is not there and he's dead officially, we're going to go ahead and jump over to his base, which is what we're doing right now, just walking over there, gathering a few resources, of course, and just seeing what he's been up to at his base, and trying to figure out if he has anything worthwhile to take. And let's see, well, on this side, completely sidestepped that crate. That's interesting. Alright, so he did leave his fire out. We're going to go ahead and just take his ash, because he's not going to be using it now. And okay, that's weird. Usually there wasn't a knocking sound before, but I guess Cold Games decided to change it up, and so now we have a knocking animation to work with. Well, even though we didn't get inside the hunter's base, we still get a few of the goodies that are around the base, and a few vital resources that we're going to need to keep on surviving. Unfortunately, there's no trapdoor underneath. There's really no way I can jump up to his base. Really, the only way to get in there is to either use the pickaxe, the axe, or shoot the door down. Now, the most efficient way, of course, is going to be to go ahead and use a grenade that we can craft later on, and blow the door up that way. But in lieu of that, I'm not going to burn my time wasting trying to chip away at this door. I'm going to go ahead and just get back to the good old-fashioned resource gathering that it's a tried and true method of surviving in this game. And while I did say I was going to grab a jar of water for this time, I decided to go ahead and skip that and just go to sleep for the night and come back fresh the next day. Hence why I'm wearing a black shirt instead of my interview clothes, and why it's slightly light out, although it's getting dark really fast. Which is not to say the same for the game. Excuse me. Damn the rabbit. Actually, no, not damn the rabbit. Damn the bear for freaking me out a little bit. I think I go after and try and kill the rabbit, because I'm trying to avoid the wolf. I was looking at my inventory, we still have, we still have a good stockpile of weapons and ammunition on us, but again, I want to save that for at least the hunters. So. In addition, I'm also trying to ensure that I have enough resources to go ahead and start my backup plan. If and when I do get killed, which is an inevitability, it will happen at some point. Depending on when that happens, and if I can get those resources, I'm going to go ahead and start crafting backup resources, so that way, when I do die and I do respawn back at my base, I can go ahead and start fresh and not have to worry so much about trying to recraft everything all over again, already half powered. And part of that's also going to be, getting our oven and refrigerator created, so that way we can go ahead and, have some really hardened meals to, bump up our stats back to as full capacity as we can, in order to, once again, not have the standard 80 points of stamina and health, but rather increased. And I forget exactly what the overall number is, but I'm pretty sure we can go over 100 points of power when it comes for points of health and stamina. So again, just kind of charting out the northern area here. We didn't get much to really warrant a trip back to the base, so I don't think we're going there, but we'll see here in just a second. Because again, oh shit. Yep, I'm doing this, and flip. Now that's the way to kill a wolf. Not like the last time, where you miss the headshot, and you have to kill it with a couple of extra bullets. So, don't let the gun scare you. Don't let the wolf or any of the other predators scare you. Just take your time and, ready, fire, and, ready, aim, and fire. And that way you won't be like me and waste a bunch of precious, shotgun shells. So, but, lessons learned, and we'll try and keep up with ourselves in the future. And once again, we're still going after the ore gathering process here, because we do need to craft those additional fragments. That way we can craft more advanced items, and also increase our capacity for being able to gain more slots to go ahead and refine more ore, so that way we can speed up production as well. And from the sounds of it, of course, sounds of the engines are humming. And of course, there's 2 ores up there that I'll never get, because why would I try? Unless I put some kind of scaffolding up there, wooden scaffolding. Not really building a base, but just, putting up some generic stairs. Unfortunately, that is, quite a resource investment that I can't really afford right now. Need to be able to, gather as many resources as possible in order to continue to survive. Now, since the hunter was kind of, I don't want to say easy because I'll eat my own words later, but it does beg the question of what can the rogue hunters offer in terms of, I guess, resistance to a frontal attack. So we're going to try that out maybe next time, or later today if I feel the itch to play. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make a post-it note for myself saying, hey, did you record the audio? Great. Did you save it? So, because this video webcam is just kind of like the raw edit. Where's the bear? Must have missed him. I thought that other critter that was to my left there was an elk. But I could be wrong. Either way, let's see, I think, yeah, we're going to try and go after this ore. It looks like it's more iron. Let's see here. And, yep, it's iron. So, and again, I'm going to try and break that habit of, saying, yeah, after every minor successful identification of the ore. Because now that I'm aware of it, it does kind of sound annoying, so maybe it'll just be something that happens when I'm playing too late at night. Bunny. Remember, upper left-hand corner, and oh, thank God, no squeaking. I hate it when I hear the rabbit squeak in pain and agony. But again, that's part of the game. I think that's been in the game since the very beginning. So, all right. I think in this instance, we're going to see if we can't cross over the river and gather some excess resources from over there. Just try and make the most of our adventures, I think. Let's see. We're about midday right now, so we'll see how far we can get into, the rest of the game. If I remember correctly, I do believe we do eventually go back and upgrade the refinery to go ahead and have another open spot to go ahead and start refining additional ores. Especially getting these, just additional ores. Let's see. More iron is always good. Unfortunately, I think that was an odd iron, just because it only gave us 1 ore fragment instead of the usual 2. So, every ore is a little bit different when you try and go after it. Or sorry, when you never know what you're going to get until you actually mine the actual ore spot. So, let's see. Yeah, we're still doing good. I think we go to the craft. Alright, so I think, it's at this point that I'm debating to go ahead and start crafting another pickaxe, because, now that I'm looking at it, yeah. Pickaxe health is low, I can't repair it, so I have to create a backup one. So, get that crafting, get our ABCs going. And once we hear that ding for the next one, we'll go ahead and craft the next pickaxe. That's number 3. Oh shit! Well, failed that, so time to run. let's see now. Where else can I go to not get myself in a bit of a pickle? Wolf and bear. Go head up north, little. Ooh, there's a crate. Damn. No, that was just the rock face. Never mind. I thought it was a crate. Apparently so did my past self too. That's fine. There's potentially always something around here. But at least I have a quiet spot to go ahead and craft the next pickaxe, which will drop into the next spot next to the other pickaxe. And we'll go ahead and try and hunt for more ores from here. Alright, now there's a crate. Alright. So, let's see here. What kind of goodies do I have today? Oh, come on. Alright, now I'll take it. Hopefully we won't get so much so I have to do an excessive amount of inventory management, but, you know, you just never know sometimes. Alright, let's see here. Oh, I remember this part. So, what ends up happening is I do discover another ore deposit to the right, and I have to go and take care of a wolf because I heard it growl and I just couldn't see it, so I had to go around, see if I could spot it, and there's the bear. Let's see. Yeah, I go south of, I go below the little arch thing here. I hear the wolf. Yep, there's the wolf. Since I don't know where it is, you know, can't really defend yourself against something you can't see right off the bat. So, thinking it's behind there, let's just go ahead and back up, get myself ready, and try and locate the wolf. I'm sure he's caught my scent by now. Yeah, there he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, guy. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, 4 shots and an arrow. Love it. Always perfect. Best way to go ahead and get rid of the wolf that quickly, this early on in the game, before we get, either advanced weaponry or start upgrading our current weapons. So the one move I did not anticipate... Yeah, there it goes. Alright, so there goes the pickaxe. Here comes the new one. Now again, you can use the wood chopping axe to go ahead and, get at the ore. It's just not very efficient, and it also, because you're using an item that's not meant to be, mining, you essentially have to, or you essentially get those hit points reduced on your wood cutting axe. So, we've got some additional items. Now what I'm not doing right now, which is something I should be doing, is reloading my pistol just to be on the safe side. Since I'm not, now I think I just realized it. Oh crap. There we go. Headshot. The way to take them out. Level 2 product. And I think I did that just because I'm going back to the lake to go ahead and wash up. So that way we don't get infected. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. There's a really dumb scene towards the end of the video here, and I'm gonna be really, critical of myself, just because I was just dumb. It was just a stupid mistake that could have easily been avoided had I been paying attention. And now I switch because I like to have my tools and weapons in a certain arrangement, so if they're not there, sometimes I get a little bit, off balance, I guess is the best phrase for it. And so this is one of those situations where if the ore is out of place, you have to jump and mine right at the exact moment in order to, get those kind of hard to reach ores. But if they're far up enough, I think, if I remember right, this one is too far. It's too far up, so I won't be able to get it, even though I desperately try to. Yeah, see, I'm trying to jump and mine at the same time, but it's just not going to happen. So, rather than have you guys watch me for 15 minutes trying to, get an ore off the side here. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, friend. It's just not. See, just not going to happen. Just let it go. There'll be more ores to find and mine later in the game. Now, as you may or may not recall, there are 2 rogue hunter bases, or camps, I should say, that are hanging around on this side of the island, or, you know, the mainland. So, while I don't think we run into them this game, or, you know, this episode, we'll eventually try and, you know, go after them at some point to try and, you know. Yeah, see, now I realize that I have no bullets, so a quick craft. So I need at least 5 bullets. If I miss the arrow, or the arrow doesn't do enough damage, 5 bullets will take it down. Provided, of course, they all hit. And I'm going to make sure to, you know, get this little rabbit. Unfortunately, we're going to hear the awful squeak. Yeah, there it is. I know, buddy. I know. Oh god, out of arrows. And I'm infected. And it's just... Damn it, damn it, damn it. Look at that. That is awful. Awful. I didn't realize how close to death I was. 2 hit points. 2 little hit points because, as I keep telling myself, don't get cocky. Just don't be cocky at it. But oh no. I know. I just had to be, you know, a douche about it and just get myself killed. So at least now... Alright, so now I'm infected, so technically I can eat and drink whatever I want, because I'm already infected. The downside is, of course, that my stats are going to go down. You know, the blue and the red bar. They're just going to go down. So, what I need to do now is reassess the situation. I don't think, yeah, the whole reason I came over here is to get this stupid crate. So now I have to head back to base. Not even worth it. And I have to head back to base, grab an antidote, and heal myself, so that way I don't lose any more points. So that way I don't, you know, have my numbers drop any more than what they are. So, and let me think here. If I remember correctly, I'm not going any further than this. We're just going to kind of, you know, gather whatever we can around here, and then start hauling ass back, I hope. Because at this point, since we are infected, I can only get up to a maximum points of 55 for both stamina and my health. So that means I need to start heading back, especially with it being, you know, mid-afternoon. So we're going to gather up. I'm going to gather up whenever I can here, and now we should be starting to head back swimming-wise, because since I know I'm going to have to use an antidote. Another safe bet is to go ahead and start gathering the additional kelp fiber, or, you know, kelp plants that I need. And I'm not sure what the thought process here for was getting that ore, but I guess I was just getting a little bit lazy. But, you know, there's some kelp. So you don't want to go down too far. You can see there we have the O2 meter to tell us, you know, how far we can and can't go. And if we go down too far, we do start to drown. And if we start to drown, well, we start to lose hit points. And eventually, if you lose enough hit points, well, you're dead. Alright, so this is a stupid idea that I had right here of going to get this pearl. The way to solve this, of course, is to go ahead and go ahead and start crafting scuba gear, so you can actually survive down here longer. Unfortunately, we are going to start to drown. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's 2. Oh, just barely, once again, slowly but surely, not dying, but really getting close to it. So, I think at this point, I've learned my lesson. So now I'm just kind of bobbing up and down a little bit to see if I can see any kelp along the way back. Kind of hugging the shoreline, because again, it's not too far down, so I can just go, you know, bop down, grab it, come back up, and go back down again. So, and as you can see on my stamina bar there, it is set to 55, so there's not much I can do about that until I cure myself. But as I'm sure you've noticed by now, the blue bar that's on the stamina, that indicates how many points I've accrued to try and, you know, increase the overall value, has slowly gone down to the point where it's almost gone. So, if I remember correctly, it's going to keep going down until I cure myself. So, once it gets down completely, I'll lose a point of stamina, and then I'll have to eat more stuff to go ahead and regenerate those values and get it back up to 82. Yeah, I've learned my lesson, so. And I'm not really going for too many of the other ores, just the precious ones that are here, so the clams, you know, for the pearls, and obviously the kelp. So, as we go back up here, that's a boar. I don't really care about that, because I've learned my lesson from that, from earlier before. Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to pass some time here by getting some sandstone ore. Sandstone can be refined into the glass products, or, you know, the glass pieces that we need to refine into the proper glass. Or, you know, create the actual glass for glass wood frames, or sorry, not wood frames, but, you know, just glass walls and ceilings and doors and whatnot. Is there a glass door? I want to say yes, but I could be wrong. And you might be asking yourselves, well, what's the point of having glass doors? Well, with glass everywhere, and, you know, it having some good durability, you can still go in and, you know, or you can go in and be able to see everything. Now, it looks like it's decided those other two pieces of kelp were just too far down. I might be able to risk it. So, and that's okay. There's going to be plenty of kelp and plenty of other materials later on. Again, lesson learned. Up for air, and then back down for the pearl. And let's see here. Got that pearl. We have enough air to get back up. Managed to locate another piece of kelp. And so in addition to the scuba gear, there are underground caves in the game here that you can go into. Unfortunately, there are also hunters underneath in those caves, so if you do go down in there, it's best to get yourself prepared and ready to do combat with the miners that are existing down there. Some of the items that are down there are crystals, which are used to, again, you know, advanced enhancements, advanced items, and also there's also coal that's down there too. It's kind of a backup fuel source, you know, in case we don't have any timber or whatnot to burn. And there are also a few creatures down there. I know predominantly there are bats down there. I'm not sure if there's anything else at the moment, but once we get down to exploring those underwater caves, we'll see what's there. Let's see here. So yeah, daylight's getting away from us. We just need to get some more kelp. But no such luck in this area, so eventually we'll get there should be a good, excuse me, there should be like a good cluster of kelp near the shoreline of the base. So, and let's see here. I think what happens also is as soon as I get at least 5 additional kelp pieces, I go ahead and recall it. So, because I know I'm going to be able to craft backup antidotes. I just can't craft it out in the field because I don't have a fishing rod to get the necessary fish oil to create medicinal tonics to create the antidote. So, you can only do so much out there in the wild before you have to go back to base and, you know, get the stuff you need. And speaking of base, I can see that we're coming up to our normal neighborhood shoreline here, which works out just fine for me. So I think we have at least 7 pieces, maybe 8 pieces of kelp that we've gathered. And again, you can use kelp as like a short-term, you know, if you need a really quick pick-me-up and you don't have any vegetables on you or fruits. That's just a really quick fix. Thankfully, you don't have to taste the actual kelp itself, and, you know, your character can just deal with it. So again, I'm not seeing any more kelp from the screen here. I am seeing the dusk kind of setting in. So I think at this point I spotted the crate that's not too far away. Have I? Is there a crate? Yeah, there's the crate. So we're going to reload just to be on the safe side. So if we have to encounter a wolf, we're ready. And if we have to take over a bear, we can if we have to. Rather not. And as I said before with the stamina bar, because I'm looking at it right now, stamina is continuing to go down, and it has reduced to 81 points. So, you know, not much you can do there. Let's take an inventory. So, 11 pieces. So we have 11 pieces of kelp. So provided we can get enough fish and enough livers, we can go ahead and craft some additional antidotes as well. Shut up, bear. Shut up. Alright, so the idiot moment is coming up. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about that. It's definitely showing up here soon. And I kick myself every time thinking about this. It's honestly probably why I forgot to record or save the audio, is because I was like, man, what a dumb thing to do. And it was so easy to ignore and get over. Hey, buddy, I'm just going to be quick, okay? That's right, you keep sniffing. And I'm out. Well, I guess not. I guess I'm going to take your liver. Which hopefully you have. And no, failure. I do have 4 livers, so not too terrible. Alright, so again, ignoring the Sixers, we're just focusing on getting back to base. And since you are infected, having your hands all bloodied doesn't really matter, because the whole point of washing your hands is to avoid infection, but since we're already infected, there's really little point. So, and I thought I heard something, but I guess not. So, crafting. Well, we will be here in a second. So pop those on, because eventually we're going to have to get all that protein fired up. And all right, so now wait for it. Wait for it. What happens is I'm gonna drink dirty water essentially. I just don't realize I'm gonna do it because I guess I was too tired and I just accidentally drank the wrong canteen. So don't worry, it's coming. Deciding what to craft next, because we have full power and full mass, so the options are only limited by how much we can do with those 2 livers. So I need to create, I was looking through the fridge, so I need to create additional power storage to create that. And let's see here. So I don't have any medicinal tonics. I'm now cured, but that won't last very much longer. Let's see here. I know I'm going to do it at some point. And I think it's going to happen... almost nowish? Alright, so we're back at max health. And, yep, there we go. I drank dirty water. Good job, me. Really good job. And at this point, I am now kicking myself because now I've wasted another antidote. So, which is a problem because even though I have a liver and enough kelp, I have to go ahead and fish now for more fish oil. So, and now I'm telling myself, of course, love of God, do not drink it again. So, now we're just doing some quick management here. We're going to keep the ores and everything stored over in the refinery, because eventually we'll get around to crafting 2 slots. And if I remember, actually no, we're not going to craft the refrigerator. We are going to use the power and mass and the items here to go ahead and build us a second spot for refining. Am I crafting a block? And what am I missing? Missing planks. I think that was all I was missing. Alright, so we got that one done. Cranking back the engine songs, we're going to need that power. Pop everything. Put the stuff away that I don't need right now. And let's see here. These. Probably a bad move. I probably shouldn't have done that. But I think, with all the fishing and everything. Oh, sure, now I remember to put the canteen of dirty water on the actual wood burner instead of, making sure not to drink it this time like an idiot. Okay, we've got enough shells. I think we're going to try and see if we can't craft some additional ones. And again, just some slight inventory management. Just create one. So once we get potassium refined, we can go ahead and start crafting some additional gunpowder, because we have plenty of ash to work with for now. And let's see here. As much ammunition as we can grab. I'm going to go ahead and check on this. Reloading. Alright, we have our lockpick. And reload once again. Ching. Okay, that's ready. We're going to go ahead and start drilling up the rest of this stuff so if we need to quick pick me up, we can. And yes, of course, now I have all the clean water. I don't know why, but for some reason I like to keep my items that I've gathered on the bottom, just like most of all there. Alright. So, we're going to check out the upgrades here. 25, 7, 7, 8. So, we need to have right materials. I'm also going to craft a few additional planks because we're also going to do some additional crafting here to go ahead and get the base ready for additional assaults from the hunters. Because, you know, I know they're coming. Again, they're always coming by here. You know, just to mess with me. Alright, so the rest of the rabbits are on. Everything is looking good so far. Take those, take that, take these just to be safe. And checking out power generation. Mass is good, power's still good. Planks are being all crafted so we can build the additional areas. I think we're also going to go ahead and build a wall, or no, we're going to build the next door to cover up our riverfront property so that way we don't have to worry about anybody trying to come up that way. And again, it was a little bit strange in the last episode when the hunter decided not to try and come up the stairs that way, but instead try to go around. So I'm not sure if that's something to do with the AI or what's going on there, but it is what it is. Alright, so we've got our meats, we've got all of our crafting almost done, fuel is coming up nicely. And let's see here. So for the design, I'm going to go ahead and try and do a little bit more of a you know, over the walls kind of surface. So what I'm going to be doing is, as soon as we pull the screen up, I'm going to craft the corner ceiling pieces. So curved, I should say. So once we get the curved pieces up, we'll go ahead and start crafting some additional walls there. And I think we'll look into making this a 3-story base, just so we have enough area to, you know, get the plant beds up, so that way they're out of danger and hopefully out of grenade danger. And, you know, just so we're high enough up to take out the hunters whenever they come roaming around here trying to look for, you know, some trouble to stir up. And, wow, this video is actually going by pretty fast now that I'm looking at it. Oh, there is glass doors, okay. So again, the purpose of glass doors and glass fixtures is to go ahead and be able to see the oncoming attacks, should they try to, because obviously you can't really see too much here, so you know, do what you can. So get some additional arrows crafted, so we just have a little bit of a stockpile to work with. And let's see. I think I'm waiting for enough of the iron to refine, so I think I need 25 if I remember correctly. So we'll take out, I think, and again, I think, oh good, here comes the rain. So that's going to be enough to top everything. We'll top those guys up. Turn on the mass fabricator to get some additional mass upgrades so we can go ahead and start, you know, getting all that stuff ready. And now we're going to go ahead and plant the next segment of the base. And as you can see here, I'm not exactly in the right position, so I'm just kind of moving around using the number keys to go ahead and rotate the ceiling pieces into place. Get that in place, so now we can have a good, sturdy kind of second floor structure to work with here. Alright, perfect. So, with this up in here, we can go ahead and craft the additional places to, you know, once we get the rest of the roof finished, we'll go ahead and put the walls up, make a 3rd floor, and we'll be looking good. Then up on the 3rd floor, hopefully we can go ahead and craft the right items, so that way we don't have to worry too much about, you know, said neighbor over there getting too nosy and coming back this way. Because I don't see the fire lit, so I don't think he's back there yet. Which, you know, I guess that's his prerogative, but whatever. So let's see here. I'd like to have 5 shotgun shells, but you know, can't have everything. 2 more pieces, and I think we'll be ready. Yep, 2 more pieces. So, I think we'll go ahead and grab, what was it? 7 scrap, 8 circuit boards. Or, sorry, not circuit boards, 8 electronical components. 7 there. I'll wait for those 2. Yeah, 7 and 8. 7, 8. Alright, so we have enough. There is enough mass and power to go ahead and get us where we need to be. 1 more, and we're going to be upgrading our refinery here to another spot, so we can go ahead and refine twice as much ore. Which will be twice as much fun. Come on, refinery. Refine faster. Well, actually, I don't think there is an upgrade for that. We just have to deal with, you know, just how it's going. This is the default speed. We can increase the power efficiency, so it uses less power, but ultimately, you know, we're going to have to just deal with the fact that this is the speed we can craft, or we can refine for now at least. And yeah, adhesive for increased efficiency. Crystals right there to increase the next slot, so we can only do 2 at a time for right now, so we'll have to go back down underwater to grab those crystals. And ooh, 25. Upgrade complete. Alright, so before I forget, turn this off. We'll wait for that last one to go ahead and put that in there. And come on. And let's see here. Oh, also, just for post-editing, 3, 2, 1, 37 minutes. Okay. I think I did pretty well last time, so hopefully this time I can get that process back, you know, to a good standing at least. So thankfully there's been no damage out here. To return that, I think we have to go into the water. Almost. Come on, don't glitch out on me. There we go. Oh. Okay. Nope, not there. Come on. There you go. Alright, we finally have our door. So at least, you know, not completely secure, but it's as secure as it can be for right now before we start crafting the alloy sheets. Left-hand side. Left-hand side. Excellent. Okay. So now we have a completely enclosed structure. Toss that back on, wait for the last iron fragment to get created, so that way we can go ahead and plop in the next ore piece. So we have enough arrows, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, so I think we'll have an even amount of arrows to work with. So nothing on the grill. There to work with. So just getting resources. Topping ourselves up, making sure we're ready for combat. Drinking clean water this time, not, you know, dirt water. No. Again. Yep, there we go. Now I remember the right buttons. So, one of the generators, not generators, but one of the ores finished. So we'll put this one in there, and yeah, I think we're ready to go back out again. So we should be coming up to the end of the video here in just a moment. We're just taking a quick gander around, seeing what we have to work with. And let's see here. And that should be end of game right about, I think here. Here should be a good place. So, all right, well that's it. And so with that, I will say thank you for watching. This has been Captain MKG giving you a quick reaction. You know, live feed from, you know, the fact that I forgot to record last time. So hopefully I remember for the next episodes, and hopefully you'll keep watching. So thank you so much. This is Captain MKG signing off, and I'll see you next time.